22 of Brett Mills. 5 rows of 2. 10 cars remain. 20 laps the journey for round number 4 of the Bachelor Industries WA Modified Sedan Series, brought to you by Civil Hirings. Fraser and Selleck on the front row. Green lights come on, we're underway. And it's Luke Fraser that makes the best of the jump as they move into Cardinals for the first time. Elbows up between Dowsett and McCauley. And here comes Anthony King on the inside in car number 51. They've got action aplenty as King now moves up into position number 6 as Sam McCauley and Laurie Dowsett are still side by side. Out of Palmer's for the first time. Luke Fraser is your leader. He leads by 2 car lengths and 0.5 of a second. Back then to Selleck in 3. The 36 of Sam McCauley finally has muscled out Laurie Dowsett for 3rd and 4th. 5th place is Brandon Fraser, and your top 6 is rounded out by the 51 of Anthony King. But Luke Fraser was half a second last time round, and he's keeping that consistent with 2 down and 18 to go.
So Luke Fraser leads from Brendan Selleck. Back to Sam McCauley. He's under pressure from Laurie Dowsett. Right behind them is Brandon Fraser in the 51 of Anthony King. A gap back then in 7th place. Jamie Higgs all by himself then the last 3. But it's a race in 6 at the moment, led by Luke Fraser, Selleck, McCauley. Back then to Dowsett in 4th place. Then the second of the Frasers in Brandon, and then Anthony King as they go out of Cardinals corner and back down the back straight. The last time around was a 20.098 by our race leader, who leads by 15 metres over Brendan Selleck. The same margin back to Sam McCauley in 3rd.
16 to go, and it's car number 15 of Luke Fraser, who leads by just over a second now from Brendan Selleck. The 36 headlines this battle of 4. It's a 4-way go for 3rd. It's the 36 of Sam McCauley. The 14 of Laurie Dowsett looks to the inside, and behind them Anthony King is all over the back bumper of Brandon Fraser. Across the line they go, this titanic battle for 3rd. Headed out by Sam McCauley for ODH Mechanical. The potent VK Holden Commodore still sits there in 3rd. Laurie Dowsett back to Brandon Fraser, Anthony King, Jamie Higgs all the way is lonesome. So too Shane Dublin, and Merv Penn and Brett Mills having a battle for second last and last.
So we've done half a dozen laps, and Luke Fraser is your race leader. Starting to get away a bit. There's 1.5 seconds in front of the 3 car of Brendan Selleck. As you can see, there's plenty of action behind him. The 36 is Sam McCauley under pressure from Laurie Dowsett. Right behind him is Brandon Fraser and Anthony King. And starting to close in a little bit is the 84 of Jamie Higgs, who's trying to join the main body of the field. Further back to Dublin Penn and the 22 of Brett Mills. They'll come out of turn 4, Palmer's corner, and complete lap number 8. And Luke Fraser's led from the get-go. He still leads from Selleck and McCauley.
12 to run this time round. We're nearly at the halfway point, and Luke Fraser's out by 2.2 seconds over Selleck. Oh, Laurie Dowsett hiked the left front wheel of car number 14 as he's all over the back bumper of the VK Commodore. Dowsett now pokes the nose up the inside and takes away 3rd place, but fighting back on the outside is Sam McCauley. McCauley's still there in 3rd place. Back then to Dowsett. King still trying to find a way past Brandon Fraser in the 2 as they move down the Griffin Cole back straight away. Your race leader did the quick lap on the lucky last, a 19.75, and with 10 down and 10 to run, Luke Fraser is homeward bound.
Luke Fraser leads comfortably at the moment by 2.730 seconds over Brendan Selleck, who himself has a 1.4 second advantage over the... Oh, fire! Got a big fire. Car on fire over on the back straight, and the 84 car has gone up in a big way. The fire truck is on its way, and let's hope he's okay. Jamie Higgs, that has just burst into flames, and we have a stoppage. He's out of the car, which is good news. Rather dramatic scenes there. So we're about to go back under yellow. Ambulance officials, for the 3rd time tonight in exactly the same area. All the incidents have been over there as we go yellow for this restart. 10 down, 10 to go, with Luke Fraser leading Brendan Selleck, Sam McCauley, Laurie Dowsett, Brandon Fraser and Anthony Higgs. There's a lot of fire retardant on the racetrack over there in turn 2. And they'll just run through that to roll it in or run around it. So the ambulance remaining on the racetrack. I'd say that Jamie Higgs unfortunately has suffered some burns, even though they do have gloves, fire retardant overalls, three layers, balaclava, and everything else that goes with it. That was quite the fireball. It would have been very, very scary inside the cockpit. So officials working, or the St John's working with Higgs at the moment. Yellow lights flashing. We're about to go back under green. Away we go with the last 10 laps of the last race of 2022. Down into turn number 1. Luke Fraser is your race leader from Brendan Selleck, who is immediately under pressure from the 36 of Sam McCauley. And in 4th place, it is Laurie Dowsett, as the cone is going to be in a race of its own to get off the track in time. It does, just as our race leader Luke Fraser leads down the main straight. Selleck in 2nd place. 3rd place is the 36 as they move down into the back straight once again. And Laurie Dowsett rounds out your top 4. It's Luke Fraser the leader. Selleck staying with him this time though. So race in 6. So they come down the main straight with 8 to run.
8 laps to go, and Anthony King's getting busy behind the wheel of car number 51, behind Brandon Fraser once again as I speak. He had a big moment and got a big mid-corner push in the 51 machine, but out in front, car number 15 of Luke Fraser is showing a clean set of heels as he has done throughout the race. 15 is first across the line with 7 to run this time round. Selleck in 2nd, 3rd place still McCauley. Dowsett throwing everything, trying to get past McCauley for 3rd, but doesn't quite have enough to match the older model VK Holden Commodore. Back then is Brandon Fraser, Anthony King, and as they come around with 6 to go, Luke Fraser leads by over 1 second.
So Luke Fraser's lead over Brendan Selleck has extended in the last lap. Selleck in 2nd, back then to McCauley and Dowsett. Further back then to Fraser and Anthony King. A long gap back to the other 3, Double and Penn and Mills. 5 to run, and Luke Fraser still leads from Selleck. 3rd place is McCauley. Dowsett right behind him, along with Brandon Fraser and Anthony King as they run down the back straight yet again. Laps ticking by. This time by there'll be 4 to run, and Luke Fraser, you'd suspect, has done enough. He's led from the get-go. 2nd is Selleck, McCauley, Dowsett and Fraser, your top 5.
4 to go for Luke Fraser. He's homeward bound, but Selleck is starting to fall into the grips of McCauley and Dowsett, who are absolutely throwing it at one another, hammer and tong. Dowsett dives to the inside of McCauley. The two have it coming together. McCauley nearly spins, and they are still side by side. Dowsett and Sam McCauley. Wow. Great racing from the modified sedans, and after all of that, no one changed position. Fair bump, play on as they move down the back straightaway. 2 to go this time round. Your leader's a long way gone. He's out to nearly 2 seconds is Luke Fraser with 2 to run.
So Luke Fraser leads from Brendan Selleck. Sam McCauley was not going to give up 3rd place to Laurie Dowsett under any circumstance, and he shut the door multiple times. Yellow lights are on. The 22's in the fence. And that is Brett Mills. We'll have a green, white, checkered flag finish to this one as Mills is up in the wall, up in turn number 4. And the inquiry flag is coming out on car 14 of Laurie Dowsett. That is a big mess. So that wasn't just a little hit with the wall. That has torn the entire panel off. The front wheel is dragging on the ground along with numerous components. There was no way that car was going to restart. So 3 to run. Fraser leads Selleck, McCauley, Dowsett, has been sent to the rear of the field, which in this case is position 8. Luke Fraser leads. Selleck and Sam McCauley. As we come back to green this time around, they'll come to the Witch's Hat. Racing. Fraser, Selleck and McCauley down into turn number 1. Back in 4th place is Brandon Fraser, and then the 51 of Anthony King as they run down the back straight yet again. They'll come up out of Palmer's corner this around. There'll be 2 to go. Here's a change as Fraser moves up into 3rd place underneath the McCauley, who fights back. McCauley again won't be denied. He goes back around the outside, holds on to 3rd place as again Fraser, that's Brandon, tried the inside move, couldn't make it stick. Checkered flag is coming out. Out comes the checkered flag, and the win is going to go to Fraser. First across the line, Luke Fraser. Second is Brendan Selleck. Sam McCauley is next. Then Laurie Dow, 4th place goes the way of Brandon Fraser. Then the 51 of Anthony King rounds out the top 5. Really good race, but Luke Fraser takes the win. Selleck in 2nd place. McCauley and Brandon Fraser, your top 4. In the final event of 2022. As they come around into the main straight, put your hands together for the modified sedans, ladies and gentlemen, including our winner, the 15 of Luke Fraser, who wins the lucky last here in 2022. Great job tonight by the modified sedans. And some excellent, excellent racing. So Luke Fraser will do a lap around the track. Well done to him. Put your hands together for him as he goes around down into turn number 1. Luke Fraser, your winner, from Selleck and McCauley in the lucky last. Well, Mitch, that was a really good night of racing, not only from the modified sedans, but in total. But a good win there to Luke in the last.
Yep, absolutely. It's been a tumultuous time off this track for the Fraser family this week with the passing of Luke's nana. And this one will be just so deserved. His 3rd round win of the 2022-2023 Bachelor Industries WA Modified Sedan Series from 4 rounds. Luke Fraser will extend his points lead as he comes. Make sure you put your hands together, make some noise for Luke Fraser, the winner of tonight's WA Modified Sedan Series round, sponsored by his mum and dad, Peter and Sharon Fraser of Civil Hirings. Our thoughts are with Jamie Higgs, who's just getting attended to by ambulance personnel. And we thank you for coming out as Luke Fraser celebrates on the main straight. Jace, it's been a pleasure to work with you once again. It's great to be back here at Collie for Christmas Cup. And on behalf of everyone at the WA Modified Drivers Association, we thank the Make Smoking History Collie Speedway, along with our sponsors, Bachelor Industries and Civil Hirings, for their support.
Thanks, Mitch, and thanks to the modified sedans, and thanks to everyone for being here tonight. It's over. It's finished at 9:43. We can go home. Thanks for being with us. On behalf of everyone here at the Collie Speedway, have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And we'll see you on January 7 with limited sprint cars, wingless and V8 dirt modifieds, and also legend cars. It'll be a blockbuster event on January 7, our next event here. But for now, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and we'll see you in the new year.